right now.
On a warm summer morning, there was a little pirate ship docked along the banks of the Allegheny River. But this was no ordinary ship. This ship was captained by Roger, a little boy who not only loved being a pirate, but also the game of baseball. While other pirate boys were out searching for buried treasure, Roger was collecting baseball cards and practicing his batting stance. Roger's best friend was a pet bird that he called Parrot. Roger was up late the night before, organizing his baseball cards. He was attempting to enjoy a few extra minutes of sleep when he was awoken by Parrot, who was dropping off the morning mail. With a big yawn and a few rubs of his eyes, Roger picked up the mail. This didn't look like the usual mail of envelopes and letters. Instead, it was rolled up like a treasure map. When Roger opened the rolled up paper, he could hardly believe his eyes. It was a treasure map. It showed a long and winding path, starting near a ship and leading to a baseball field. Inside the scroll were also 2 tickets with that day's date written on them. Roger suddenly realized this was a map with directions to PNC Park and tickets to see his favorite team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, play later that day. Parrot, do you know what this means? We get to see the Pirates play today, exclaimed Roger. We better raise our anchor and set sail if we want to make it before first pitch, Roger instructed. Parrot gave Roger a salute and squawked in agreement. Roger gathered his things, put on his favorite Pirates jersey, and headed up to the top deck of the ship to start their journey. As Roger's pirate ship cut through the water, heading towards Pittsburgh, they noticed some funny-looking characters running along the riverbank. It was the famous Pirates Pierogies, and they looked like they were in a hurry. I wonder if they're going to the baseball game too, asked Roger. Let's pull our ship over and find out. Shouting down from his ship, Roger said, Hi there, I'm Roger. This is Parrot, and we're on our way to see the Pirates play. You must be the famous racing Pierogies. Are you going to the game too? The Pierogies all jumped up and down in excitement and nodded yes. We'll climb aboard and we'll bring you with us, said Roger. Roger motioned them toward the gangway of his ship. I've been dreaming of going to a game at PNC Park my whole life, said Roger, and we finally get to go today. Parrot squawked in excitement as the Pierogies clapped their hands. You all know PNC Park better than anybody. Is there anything you think we should see or do while we're there? We don't want to miss a thing, said Roger. The Pierogies started to share all the best parts about visiting PNC Park. Roger decided he needed to make a list, so he began to write on the back of his treasure map. He wrote everything down, from seeing all the amazing statues outside the ballpark to getting his own ballpark hot dog, and of course they couldn't miss the famous pierogi race in the middle of the 5th inning. With all the great activities at the ballpark written down, Roger and Parrot were about to have the best day ever. Just as Roger was finishing his list, his ship was pulling into Pittsburgh. The city looked beautiful as the sun was high in the blue sky over the tall buildings, and the yellow bridges reflected off the water below. They pulled up the ship right behind PNC Park, alongside the Clemente Bridge. It was a perfect day for a ball game, and Roger couldn't believe they were finally here. We made it, he said. Let's go check it out. Roger and Parrot said goodbye to the Pierogies as they were heading off to get ready for their race later in the game. The Pierogies waved in appreciation and pointed to the list as if to say, don't miss it. Roger thanked the Pierogies for all of their help making the list. As Roger and Parrot approached the gates to PNC Park and smelled the fresh popcorn, they saw large statues of Pittsburgh Pirates legends standing above them. Roberto Clemente, Willie Stargell, Bill Mazeroski, and Honus Wagner. Fans were lined up and excited to get inside for the game. I can't believe we're here at the best ballpark in America, said Roger. Inside the ballpark was even better than Roger expected. The concourse was starting to fill up with all of the Pirates fans that came from far and wide to see their team play. He could see the players down on the field finishing up batting practice, and even got a high five from the team mascot, the Pirate Parrot. The players were all so much bigger than Roger had imagined. So was the baseball field. Roger and Parrot made their way down to their seats right behind the home dugout, and just in time to hear the umpire yell, "Play ball!" Beautiful green grass stretched out across the outfield, where you could barely see Roger's favorite player, number 22, standing out in center field. After a few innings of baseball, Roger's tummy started to rumble. He was enjoying the game so much, he forgot to eat. "I think we should get something to eat, Parrot." "I know. Let's get our first ballpark hot dog. It's at the top of our list," Roger remembered. Roger and Parrot spent the next few innings walking around the ballpark, checking off their list. They saw the Pirates Hall of Fame and all the legends of Pirate baseball history. They tried on shirts and hats at the team store and stopped to watch the racing pierogies. They even got to climb and play on a giant pirate ship called the Lucky Climber with other young fans at the game. Roger and Parrot were having so much fun exploring PNC Park that they hadn't noticed it was the bottom of the 9th inning already, and the game was tied. Stepping up to the plate was number 22, and all of the fans were on their feet as he dug into the batter's box. "Look, Parrot, it's him! If he hits a home run right now, the Pirates win!" Roger said as he clung to the top of the outfield wall. On the very next pitch, number 22 took a big swing. Crack! He connected with a fastball, and the ball disappeared up above the lights, high into the night sky. It was heading right towards where Roger and Parrot were standing beyond the center field wall. The ball continued to fly through the air, closer and closer to the wall. Roger reached up his glove high as it got closer. Pop! The ball landed right in his outstretched mitt. All of the fans in the ballpark erupted in cheers as number 22 rounded the bases. Roger looked down at his mitt, smiling ear to ear as he was holding the game-winning home run ball. The Pirates had won, and it was time to raise the Jolly Roger. As Roger and Parrot were walking away from the ballpark, they were approached by a man in a Pirates uniform. It was number 22. "Hey, kid, I saw you catch my home run ball. Nice job. Maybe you'll be an outfielder for the Pirates like me someday," he said. "I hope so," said Roger. "Can I please have your autograph?" "Sure thing," said number 22. "I hope you had fun at the ball game today. It's the best place to be."